Hello everyone, Simon of UK Gaming here. Welcome today to what's going to be a bit of a brief channel update. So I just wanted to say first and foremost thank you to every single one of you that's watched any of my videos, who has liked, subscribed, commented. You know, really appreciate the support, and it's what keeps me going and creating the content. It's enjoyable, it's very different. You know, I've had to sort of learn from scratch many things, as you do when you start content creation. You know, learning how to edit your videos, artwork, all that kind of thing, but it's something that I am really enjoying. Brings me to my next point of, obviously it can be quite time consuming, and I'm, you know, very grateful for being able to, you know, embark on this journey, but it is difficult to find a balance between, you know, work, home life. You know, I'm married, I have a child, actually expecting second child this year. So yeah, as you can imagine, busy and hectic time, and yeah, sometimes it's difficult for me to find the balance. But I'm hoping to find a bit more of a steady pattern. I can do recording, and I'm hoping to be able to push out some more regular and consistent content. So keep an eye out for that. And like I said, I do appreciate all the support, and I know I've not been maybe as consistent as I should be, but I do appreciate all of you hanging in there and obviously watching the videos when they come along. I want to say as well, I hope everyone's okay out there with what's going on in the world at the moment. You know, it's pretty unprecedented times, and certainly I didn't think, you know, this is something that I'd see in my lifetime. So hope all of you out there are well, and everyone's okay, and, you know, families are staying safe. And yeah, I'm hoping things, you know, should start to get a little bit better and return to normal. So one of the things I wanted to touch on today was a little bit about my what I've named FS19 roleplay series, which is the main content that I've been putting out at the moment. So this is obviously the one that's quite editing heavy out of what I'm certainly looking to do going forward. I'm also a little unsure of a name for it. I don't want to go down the route of calling it survival roleplay. I know some people have drawn similarities between what it is that I do and obviously Daggerwin's amazing roleplay series, which I must admit is an inspiration for me doing this amongst other YouTubers. But I don't want it to feel like I am trying to copy or rip off what he does. You know, he does what he does very well, but I want this to try and be as much as possible my own thing. So I don't want to call it survival roleplay. I haven't managed to come up with a name for the series just yet, so it's probably just going to stay as FS19 roleplay for now. Whether I might sort of change that in the future, I'm not sure. So I'm not really sure how many episodes per week I want to try and put out. Again, I want to try and keep the content as quality as possible, but at the same time, I'd like to be able to update regularly to certainly try and keep the storyline moving. I've sort of got an idea of where I want to take it, and, you know, I haven't written that far ahead, but I've got an idea of where I'd like the storyline to go. So yeah, it's just trying to work out how many episodes I can commit to per week without diminishing the quality of what I'm doing. So I would like to put out 3. Whether I can realistically commit to 3 per week, I'm not entirely sure, so it may well stay at 2. I know I've been doing 1 on occasions, but I would like to try and keep it at 2 episodes if I can. And obviously this is going to be a more story-based roleplay. So yeah, I mean, again, in some comments that I've noticed, some people have asked, is there going to be more farming involved in what I do? Yes, obviously this roleplay series is going to be more story based, but that's obviously something that I wanted to sort of create using FS19, but make it a more story driven roleplay series. Coming on to the farming aspect, there is another series I would like to start doing, hopefully fairly soon in the coming weeks, which is going to be more of a farming based roleplay. So it's going to be more like a Let's Play series, but it's still going to have a twist of roleplay to it. So I'm not going to be playing as myself and just talking normally. There is going to be roleplay. There is going to be a sort of character that we're following through the story with, but it's going to be very much based on, you know, the dynamics of the game. It's not going to be as staged. It's going to be played within the budget of, you know, buying and selling equipment, selling crops, you know, that kind of thing. So, but it's just going to have that pinch of roleplay aspect to it. I'm hoping that one should, like I said, be in the next couple of weeks. I'm just sort of getting everything set up for that, getting the map set up, sort of deciding where on this particular map I want to start with, and then sort of expand from there and just sort of get an idea of the baseline of the story for it. So yeah, hopefully that should be coming in the next couple of weeks. Another series I would like to try and start doing is a little bit like a survival series. So I've noticed there's a lot of people doing this kind of thing at the moment, and a lot of people are doing it on No Man's Land, which I think, don't get me wrong, I think is a great map, but I don't feel like me jumping on that bandwagon and doing the same as everybody else is not going to serve its purpose for me necessarily. You know, when there's already so many well-known content creators doing it, I feel like I'd like to do something a little bit different. So the same concept, you know, it's like a survival series. You start with nothing and you sort of work your way up and build up from there. So that is something I would like to start doing again. If I can manage a couple of episodes a week, that'll be perfect. But again, it's trying to find that balance of creating quality content and not just pumping out videos which you're not going to enjoy watching and that I'm not going to enjoy creating. I was considering doing this as like a time-lapsed series, but when I've tried doing a time-lapse series before, I noticed a lot of the comments were to not just have time-lapse, you know, to actually talk through what I'm doing in between, you know, time-lapsing the odd job where necessary, but actually wanting me to be a bit more involved in explaining what I'm doing and why. So I'm probably going to do it more in line with that and actually do it as like a playthrough with maybe the odd bit of time lapsing if required. If it's a repetitive job that's going to go on for a while, then obviously I'll time lapse it. Yeah, that's the plan. Hopefully I'll probably put this video up this week, just like I said, with an update as to what's going on, just so obviously you guys know that I'm not just sort of disappearing off, or you know, that inconsistency is creeping back in. But I'm probably going to take a break from uploading this week, just so I can try to get ahead of myself a little bit for next week. Well, what I would really like to do is actually release a video daily. Again, if I can find that balance and the time to be able to produce the videos. Something else I've considered doing is actually review video day. So maybe one day a week I do a map or mod review. So it could be like a first look at a new map that's released on ModHub, or a map of interest. I have considered sort of going back through, you know, the last couple of months of releases of maps, but then again, it's not wanting to repeat too much what other creators have done. I understand at the same time, if you didn't want to repeat what anyone else has done, no one would ever do anything, because, you know, someone's already come along and done it first. So by all means, let me know what you guys think. I'm open to suggestion, I'm open to feedback. So yeah, I suppose if I did almost like a review 1 day a week, like a survival series 2 days a week, this additional new roleplay a couple of days a week, and then the Sandy roleplay, like the FS19 roleplay, 2 days a week, then yeah, that would give us a full week's worth of content. It's just whether, I suppose, I want to push to make a third episode of the FS19 roleplay on Sandy Bay, whether I wanted to try and push to 3 episodes of that a week. But again, it's not wanting to not produce as good a quality as I could, but then I'm also mindful of story progression and not wanting you guys to get bored sort of waiting for things to happen. Maybe I just need to do 2 episodes a week, but just accelerate the storyline a little quicker, just so you get a bit more action involved. Maybe that's something I need to have a look at. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. I think I've covered everything, and I feel like I'm starting to ramble a little bit. So again, I thank you very much for all of your support to everybody out there, and I hope everybody's well and is staying safe. And yes, I'm hoping to produce some more consistent content for you. So yeah, this is Simon signing off, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you very much for watching.